I will say one bad thing about Chicago. If you ain't from here or you don't visit here, you have a whole different perception about what the city of Chicago is.
Because of the media.
Because of the media.
Yep.
Right?
Facts.
And that kind of goes into our conversation around stereotypes. From that, right, the power of words, because all of that kind of goes into stereotypes are all based off of words, right? Oh, you are lazy, or you are aggressive, or you don't put in the time or the work. You think everything should be handed to you. I'm going to let you get past on the first question. So, Evan, I'm going to go to you first, then we're going to swing our way back down. Has there ever been a time for you where stereotypes kind of forced you maybe out of your comfort zone, or there was one time where you like, you know what, that's not going to be me. I have to take a stand against that.
It's funny you ask that. So, like, obviously, when you work the corporate job, you always hit the term with code switching. So the reason you have to code switch is because you don't want to participate and be a living stereotype of what they have, the essence of who you are. So I like to use this example. Like the first day I started at Weber Shandwick, I wore a hat. Hat was dope, right? But it was part of my outfit. Sit down, the GM of my agency sits down next to me. He's checking me out. He's like, I normally don't do hats. That's a nice ass hat, right? The reason I say that is because I was authentically myself. I did not have to code switch. I did not have to put up this veil, put up this cloak, put up this facade of who I thought I was, try to put up this, to debunk stereotype. I could be authentically who I was. I could be authentically myself. And that's one of the reasons I actually like working at Weber Shandwick is because I have the opportunity to be able to do that. And they embrace who you are and who you are as a person. A lot of agencies, especially talking 9-to-5 jobs, don't allow you to be able to do that. You know, you have to, we all heard the term, you gotta put the white person phone voice when you pick up the phone, right? Don't have to do that. Obviously, you do have situations where you have to be professional, you have to be succinct, you have to dot all your I's and cross all your T's, but you don't have to be this, another thing in terms of code switching to where you have to be to debunk a stereotype, which is why you have to code switch to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think on that, Charity?
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts on that. So, to the code switching point, I make it my business to avoid it at all. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's this book that I read and talks about code meshing, right? And I think that's how we should exist, right? Because here's what code switching does. It's still hierarchical. It imagines that the language we speak is not a real language, and therefore proper English, but there's no such thing as proper English. That's a construct, right? And so the moment that I go, hi, my name is Charity Croff, and especially because people expect that of me because I am a public intellectual or whatever. So whenever I'm in spaces like that with white people, I get extra black intentionally. You dig what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna say, oh yeah, that shit was jiggy as fuck. I'm gonna get real, like hella nowhere near what you thought I was gonna give you. Because I think it's necessary that we show, in the spirit of defeating stereotypes, it's necessary that we showcase that there is not this separation between good Negro and bad Negro. The reason we shoot, George Zimmerman wants to shoot Trayvon because you see Hoodie, you see this person walking around here, he doesn't belong here. I just told Evan, as we walked in, it was a white lady in the front of this building, right here where we meeting up at. She was like, hey, do you work here? And it's just like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't work here.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But the assumption is a black man in a suit. He's not going here for a black menswear panel discussion. He's going here to goddamn bust some tables or some shit.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? And it's just like, no, that's not the case. So anyway, I think it behooves us as a black community to show that there is not this distinction between good black person and bad black person. So I go out of my way to not assimilate towards the hegemony whenever possible.
Yeah, and I thinking from your perspective as well, right? Especially being a community leader, being a shepherd. I mean, from a stereotypical perspective, what you do breaks that down, right? But as you've grown and developed, is there a time where stereotypes have kind of put you in a position where you'd have to take a stand or wanted to make sure that you broke that down?
I think that everyone gets to an age that you say to yourself, tonight, own self, be true. And don't allow anybody to put a label on you and tell you this is what you should look like, this is what you should talk like, and this is what you should act like. I mean, stereotypes, how do you look as a preacher? How do you talk as a preacher? I didn't even want that stereotype.
Yeah.
I just want to be true to myself. And when you meet me, you meet John Hanna, the real person. So I just tell everybody, to thine own self be true, and don't allow anybody to make you feel as if you have to be anything else but yourself.